Alright, welcome to Johnny Works. Today's tool school video is going to be on air compressors. Okay, air compressors, a couple attachments, a couple pneumatic tools, nail guns. Okay, I'm going to teach a real basic course on that, teach you about this thing and how to take care of it, a little bit of maintenance. This one's pretty old. This thing's probably, 25 years old. It's my father-in-law's. This one is a carry. Got a handle right here. Thing weighs like 80 pounds. It's heavy as hell, but very reliable as long as you change the oil and drain it. The one I have over here is on wheels, probably more recommended for a homeowner, so you can wheel this bad boy around. Okay, if you're working out in the yard, you're working in your shop or your garage, if you have anywhere like that. And then there's also really big compressors that they have in car garages that run all their power ratchets and all that stuff. Those are expensive. Okay, if you're not working on cars for a living, you probably don't need to spend money. Okay, this is not my favorite compressor. If you want to look it up, my favorite compressor is the Pancake. Okay, it's a carry one like this, but it's so much lighter. All right, this one's a beast. All right, so here's the on and off switch on this one. Okay, the regulator and the gauge. Okay, this is where your hoses go in. Okay, so all these air fittings you're gonna buy are gonna have fittings like this. Okay, where you would stick the nub in here, pull this back first, then stick the nub in and then release it and it locks it in, okay? I'm gonna show you that in a second, all right? This tank also, they all have it, also has a drain. All right, so you grab the sides, you pull this thing back, okay? It snaps right back in place. This one's a 1/4 inch, okay? They make 1/4 inch, 3/8, half. They make all different sizes. This is 1/4 inch. So you pull it back, push it in, and it should lock on, okay? Don't let go right away because this thing will come shooting out at you, okay? Hold on to this thing tight. See how it pushes out? That air pressure pushes this thing out fast. So hold on, push this thing back, push it in, holding pressure on it, release it, make sure it's tight and the thing's in. Now you're in, okay? Now your hose is pressurized, okay? All right, so here I am turning the regulator counterclockwise, okay? Notice the gauge, the pressure gauge, it's dropping, okay? Because I'm going counterclockwise. And if I want to turn it back up, you'll see me in a second turn it to the right, clockwise, and that brings that pressure gauge back up, okay? When it reaches the right pressure that you set that thing at, the compressor will stop running, okay? And then that's the relief valve right on the side. If I went too much, I got too much pressure in it, I pull that, it lets a little bit of air out. Okay? This is a brad nailer, okay? Shoots little tiny nails. It can actually shoot up to 2-inch nails, but you can shoot 3/4, 1 inch if you're working on little projects, you're making stuff, homeowner stuff, mom stuff, dad picture frame stuff. Brad nailer is a great tool. A lot of times you can get a brad nailer and a little finish gun with a Pancake compressor, okay? It's gonna be a little over 200 bucks, but it's a great deal, okay? This thing separate's like 60 or 70 bucks. Finish gun, same thing's almost 100. You buy the compressor, so you're getting a pretty good deal, 50 to 70, 80 bucks off. Sometimes you can get them for just under 200 and get 2 or 3 guns with it, which is great. That's the deal I would do, okay? So once again, you squeeze this and pull it back. Put your fitting in, push it up, make sure it's tight. You'll hear that little noise. Give it a little pull, it's not coming off. All right, I'm good, okay? Always wear eye protection, okay? Before you shoot anything, wear eye protection, okay? You shoot and double shoot, sometimes it happens and you'll end up losing an eye, okay? So I'm gonna go grab my glasses. All right, got my glasses on, my eye protection, okay? Nothing's gonna happen when I pull this trigger until this thing gets depressed, okay? There's a little piece right on the end here, if you can see it. I know my lighting's terrible. Once this thing's depressed and your finger's on the trigger, which means you push into what you want to shoot, then the nail will shoot, okay? Like so. Push it in. Nothing. Nothing. Okay? You have to have the trigger pulled in and you have to have this thing depressed, okay? It's not like Lethal Weapon when Murtaugh was like, bang, 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 and he was shooting those the terrorists in his house, okay? And the guy fires it to like when he's redoing his house, okay? They don't do that no more. No automatic, okay? Pretty sure it's illegal. OSHA will fine you, okay? Popped it out. Spike gun, okay? This is my Hitachi spike gun you might have seen in some of my videos, okay? This one's over 300 bucks, okay? This one's a little more expensive, but you probably would rent one or borrow one unless you're gonna do a lot of projects on your house where you would need a framing gun, okay? Works the same exact way. You can hear the air, okay? Same thing. I can make that noise, but nothing's gonna shoot until I depress this, okay? All right, I'm in my barn so I can shoot whatever I want. I'll pull that out later, okay? Super careful, okay? Very, very careful with this. Pull it back. Now, if this is hard for you, I would recommend putting this thing on the ground. Put it between your feet, honestly. Between your feet, hold that thing tight. 2 hands. One hand pushes down, and the other one grabs that collar and pulls the collar up, okay? That's the safe way to do it, okay? You can't do it with 2 fingers. Sometimes they get a little stuck, or if your fingers aren't strong enough, honestly, I don't know. If you're, you don't have that iron grip, all right? I don't really have an iron grip, but I'm strong enough to do that. All right, so depending on which tools you buy, okay, they all load similar, okay? I'll tell you this brad nailer for one, this is a porta cable, okay? This one right here has a little button you pull down and it opens up, and here's my nails. If I tip it over, they all fall out, okay? They all work similarly, okay? Put them in, push them forward, pull the button in, slide it nice and easy, click it, and stick it. Hitachi spike gun, DeWalt spike gun, all of these work very similar, okay? They usually all have a slide that locks in place. You hear the click, okay? Whatever nails are in here. These are regular nails. These nails are angled. They fit in. Slide them forward. Push the button. I don't recommend doing that. Push the button in, hold on to the lever, slide it in nice. Okay, if you let this thing slam, 1, it's not good for the gun. 2, it can break this apart. Look, it can break the nails apart, and sometimes it gets them stuck, okay? If you get these things stuck, unplug your gun first. Always. Unplugging the compressor is not going to stop you from getting shot with a nail gun, okay? It's still pressurized. That's why you always unplug the tool first before you mess with it, all right? Don't leave tools plugged in and go in and eat lunch and have your kids come out, and next thing you know, they're shooting each other. That's bad. Very important with air tools is this one thing. It's still very good, okay? Do not sprinkle this all over the tool. That's not how you put oil in your gun, okay? Right into the hole where the air goes, 1 little tiny drop. That is it. You put too much oil in, every time you shoot, okay, it's gonna look like explosive diarrhea. Shoot that thing, it's gonna shoot oil all over it. If your gun's dirty on the inside, which they all are because they're all carboned up, you're gonna have black spray all over whatever you're shooting if you load that up with oil, okay? 1 drop, maybe 2 drops, that's it. If you notice that the nails are coming out 2 at a time, if they're not coming out, or every other one, or every like 5, a nail actually comes out every time you shoot, it could be oil. Very important, happens all the time, so make sure you oil them up. So this plastic hole comes on giant spools, all right? The way you can fix this super fast, being very careful, and I cut this thing off square, okay? I don't know if you guys can see me, but if I want to make it a little easy, go get my grill lighter. I don't smoke. Don't go too slow, don't go too fast. Once that thing heats up, you can grab this thing, twist this bad boy in, voila, and that's gonna hold, okay? Some of the other hoses, you need a clamp. You'd have to put the clamp on first, heat it up, put the clamp on real quick, put this through, and then tighten the clamp, okay? But this one, doesn't need it. Grabs really good, because these things are ribbed, okay? Ribbed for our pleasure, okay? Nice and smooth, puts it in, it stays on, it grabs tight, okay? You can spend a little more money. This thing's a lot more durable, okay? It's pretty nice. This one's actually set up for, I think it's a 3/8 or it might be a half. This is my father-in-law's. It's for the other compressor, so I'm not gonna show you, but basically it's the exact same thing as that one. Just a little different setup, a little more durable, bigger fittings, okay? His guns have bigger fittings on the ends, so he's got bigger fittings on his hoses, okay? And they work exactly the same way, all right? All right, everybody know what this is? Yeah, you do. You know. You gotta pump up a basketball, stick the thing in, football, volleyball, car tire, it never happened. Wheelbarrow, okay? You can still have one of these, but if you have one of these and the right attachment, you don't need this no more, okay? We'll call this the smartphone of air things, of blowing stuff up, okay? Attachments that you can purchase, there's a whole bunch. These are just a couple that I have, okay? This thing's awesome. Plugs in just like the gun. Just like the gun. Want to blow the dust off of something? Perfect. Obviously, don't put this in your ear and blow air. Don't let your kids play with this because that can blow your eardrums, okay? And this is important. In your skin, you put this thing on your hand or your skin and you blow that thing hard enough, the pressure's high enough, that thing can go in your skin, and this is actually true. You'll see it on every website that talks about safety. Air bubble. You can get an air bubble in your skin from a stupid compressor blowing air in, could kill you. This is basically exactly the same thing, okay? It's just a different style, okay? And then, something like this, it's pretty sweet. You wanna fill up your tires in your car? Your motorcycle, your wife's car, whatever. Yeah, you did. All right, so one thing that can definitely happen, is shooting yourself with a nail gun, okay? I've actually personally shot myself probably 5 times over the years. Yeah, probably close, 4 or 5 times. That's why you always wanna have your safety glasses on, okay? Gloves aren't important because the nail's gonna go right through the glove anyway. Hopefully you do not shoot yourself. In the case that you do shoot yourself, don't pull the nail out. Go to the hospital and let them pull the nail out. That way, whatever your injury is, they can treat it, okay? If you pull something out and say you shot through your hand, you pulled the nail out, you could cause more damage, or whatever that coating is, sometimes it's not good for you, gets into your blood. You pull the nail out, the hole might seal itself up, you go to the hospital, now they gotta try to find it, they might have to cut you back open, you might get some poison or something there, okay? They always tell you do not pull a nail out. The other reason is, if you hit an artery and you pull a nail out, just like a shock attack, just like a shock attack, you could bleed out, okay? All right, thanks for watching Johnny Works. As always, please subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions for me about any compressor stuff or any nail guns, fire away in the comments, okay? I'm not a compressor master, so I probably won't be able to tell you too much crazy detail. I'm not like one of those weirdos. But anyway, if you got any questions on it, let me know, okay?